What's up, guys? This is N13K Gaming, and we are going to be playing Elisa the Innkeeper, the pre-sequel. Looks like a fun game. Yay! Alright, my friend Steven's on here. He's going to be watching me, I think. I don't know if he can see me or not. He's gonna be watching me. No, I should do Italiano or no, Francis, Espanol, Portuguese. How come English is always the British? No. I don't want to be British now. Oh, the player does not just act. I can't read right now. This makes me sad. Oh, this is one of those lovely 2/3D games, you know? I love these games, yay! Alright. They asked me to give you some details before we can start our adventure. We protagonist. Wait, what? What I'm sorry, I can't read. If the player will decide to stay on the anonymous side, it will be me. I've got a lot of money. What? What a pathetic situation. Why don't you try to earn a player's respect? Such a shame. Hi! No one is a protagonist here. Why are you fighting already? Elisa, I didn't know you were here. You are absolutely right. My dear Elsa, let's ignore these fools. Stay with me. I want to finish my speech. No. I think it's time for me to go. Always the shame. I mean, always the shame. Hi! We're here too. What are you doing here? Or what are you doing? Gosh, I don't understand. I just add words to some stuff sometimes. You two don't have a part in this pre-sequel. You will need to wait for the final game to complete. Elisa, don't go. Oh, too bad. I can't do the girl's voice. My voice doesn't go that high. Thanks for playing our game. You are about to read the adventure of the bad guys I have just introduced. Interesting. With your supports, we will be able to tell you the whole story with voices, acting, and animations. Sounds delicious. Have fun and enjoy our pre-sequel. Or our prequel. Whatever it is. Pre-sequel, prequel. You Englishmen disgust me. This is... You son of... not even gonna say anything. The air smells like the wood does the air smells like the wood does in the spring, and faint scent of flowers seems to soothe the whole room. The inn was warm-hearted. Right, Elisa, the innkeeper, was never-endingly busy running back and forth between her clients. And if she ever stopped for a minute, it was to clean up after a client that left. At the moment, the prince sat in front of the bar was seemingly lost in thought. His gaze fascinated her. Or whatever. God, I can't read. Damn! She's so beautiful. Every time in her eye, I fall in love again, just like the first time. He whispered to himself while taking a sip from his beer. The girl who, up until that point, was in front of him, noticed that her only client was staring at her and decided to get a bit closer, leaning forward to clean up the pots of the bar. Things are about to go down. Have I ever told you that I live in the castle? Still busy cleaning, she leaned on the bar, which was still wet. Kinky. The prince could start seeing through her shirts. Oh, really? Oh, really? You never told me, so I assumed you were some kind of nobleman. Full of himself, the young man rose from his stool. I am, without a doubt, one of the most worthy between these who bear this title. Smiling, the innkeeper instinctively paused and turned to her guest. Resting her head on her hands, she looked interested. She likes that money. Do you mean that you are not like the other nobles around? Wow, you can see everything from this angle. TMI. Of course not. Who do you think I am? I've seen many nobles come and go at my inn. However, you are the most fascinating young man I've ever... Man, in here now. I can't do the girl's voice. It always comes... The room was actually empty aside from the two. So, what do you have more than other nobles? The prince took a deep breath. Did she really say those words? He swallowed his whole glass of beer. I own the most majestic castle in Florence. And what else? She is so close that I can smell her. Her scent is so sensual. I've never felt such a smell, or found such a smell. What the I can't read tonight, guys. I'm tired. I would love to caress her. Caress her, really? Should I try to? Maybe I should. Suddenly a weird feeling overwhelmed him. Oh God. I believe it's time for you to wake up. What? You should wake up now. The imagine of the innkeeper, which at first was a crystal clear and beautiful as it rose in the warm spring morning, started fading while the tone of her voice seemed to lose intensity. He blew his chance. Such a shame, beautiful things don't last long indeed. The prince woke up slightly dazed. Just a dream, he thought, sorely disappointment, and brought a hand to his forehead, tried to stand up from his lying position. My head hurts really bad. What could I ever have done last night? He looked around and saw broken glass bottles, plates, which were pretty easy clues. Have I been robbed? He sluggish muttered. Had it really been a burglary, he would have been left naked, as expensive his clothes were. What could have possibly happened? I feel so sick. This room has a weird smell. The windows were closed and the drapes shut, so that sunlight barely entered the room, and despite the silence, the prince had kept hurting really bad. Oh, things got kinky last night. The only thing I remember is how tired I was, and I went to bed, but I do not recognize this place. I should be in another inn. Ouch, thinking is not helping. I think I will sleep some more. Nausea and headache are definitely not best friends when you wants to use his head. I can't read. Moreover, it is really hard to give up such a nice dream. The sun has risen only a few hours ago. Why should someone suffer and wake up so early in the morning? I need like Monsters, Red Bulls, I swear. Especially if he does not need a job to earn a living. Should I go back to bed or should I investigate? I should go back to bed. I don't want to investigate and learn about the kinkiness between them. To hell with those thinking you should get up early. Put your time to use. Real smart for them, running themselves into the ground. I can do what I please. Ho ho ho. He says, lying around again and closing his eyes as he sighs. Better to fall asleep right now before the smell of this room makes me sick. Hopefully it dissipates quickly. It's quite a morning. Let me go back to my chat with my dear innkeeper. Oh God, no. Everything fell into darkness in the moment. So you're back. Of course, what? Of course, just to see you, replied the prince immediately again. I'm kind of afraid. Are you really sure? Because I think I see that your eyes are not exactly turned toward mine, added the innkeeper playfully, with a faint smirk on her face. I'd say you're looking at something below, closer to the bar. What is it? I'm looking at your hands. They are so beautiful, slender. You are wasted at cleaning up. Wow, really? Is that the best lie you got? Something else should do it for you. Or someone else, God. I know, but this is my inn, so this is my responsibility as well. Anyways, I'm not sure it was my hands you were looking at. You're blushing. Something is wrong. No. Replied immediately the prince, trying to hide his embarrassment. Great, so if there's nothing wrong, what are you looking at? Asked the girl. Your wetted shirt as you were cleaning. Okay, I'm done. Oh darn, you're right, I'm soaked. You can cover yourself with my coat, said the prince, extremely embarrassed while turning away to show his show of decency. I can't really work in these conditions. I'm too wet. I have to go change immediately. Oh God. Please go, replied the prince, still looking away. I must not watch. Suddenly he felt a light touch on his shoulder as he turned and saw Elisa with her gaze fixed on him. If this is a dream, why don't you wake me? Why don't we make it a bit more interesting? What? You want to come with me, Prince? She was standing around there blushing and looking down in embarrassment. And she waited for a response despite the prince being completely... Wow. Open up, it's very important. I don't know, should I keep dreaming? Keep dreaming. I can't believe this. Now everything looks really easy and... Wow. His hand laid on the girl's hips as his eyes were fixed on her. Oh. What are you doing? She asked. Her legs were shaking and almost gave away. She almost didn't realize as she lied down with her back against the bar. The prince moved a hand toward her, taking her by the chin to raise her face. The sunlight flittered from the window. This is intense quickly. I've been waiting all my life for this moment. My king. Her voice was slow. Sensational. Elise did not expect him saying those words, and she was a bit hesitant, but she continued. Do you desire me? Oh God. I'm afraid to go any further. Are you even watching this, Steven?
Yes, I'm watching this.
If yes, then kiss me. She whispered, moving her lips closer to the prince. She is so beautiful. I can feel her breath on my skin. This is internal caress. It has inhibited all my restraints. Oh, my lord, someone open the door, now! Someone calling me. Well, they can wait. The nobleman came even closer. I'm so hot, oh God. The innkeeper whispered and gazed the lips of the boy. He felt like his every muscle was shaking. Suddenly darkness enveloped everything. No! He bounced on his feet. The room looked empty. Some annoying light came through the windows, was dazzling the young man, making him even more frustrated. Just a dream. What a shame to stop at the very moment. Still thinking he was alone, a bit dazed and uncaring of the other people waiting for him. The prince first thought was to cover his face, yawning and going to sit on his bed. I mean, take your time. Huh? Are you kidding me? I have no reason to stand around waiting for you all day. I am a busy man, unlike others. Will you sign these papers or not? What papers? You forgot? Last night you reached an agreement for the sale of your castle. I came back this morning with everything we need, and I found you here sleeping. If you forgot all this, you must have drunk a lot. God. The noble finally rose from his bed, staggering towards the tiny table in the room to grab a half-empty glass. The room was a complete mess. Clothes, bottles, glasses, everywhere. Watch your tongue, boy. Oh please, no reason to get angry, I was just joking. Such ignorance. You can keep your jokes to yourself. You should think for 10 years before you disrespect me again. The merchant took the papers out of his bag and put them on the table. I took more than a minute to clean dry up the surface of the table, due to all the remains of drinks and beers. Such a mythical and rigorous man would never have normally accepted to do business in such a place. However, it is not every day you find an opportunity to buy a castle. Nobody intended to disrespect you, my lord, said the merchant. Those words certainly did not reflect on his thoughts. After a short while, the nobleman's mind cleared up, allowing him to entice? Really? That the door was blown wide open. Wait a second. Oh my gosh, how long is this freaking story? The merchant put on a smile, looking around as the prince pointed at the door. How did you enter here? Why is the door in such conditions? Well, you see, I came here. The door was already broken. That is a lying face. Ha ha ha, let's not get lost in the details now. The nobleman wiped his forehead, looking at the papers. You know what, I'm just gonna skip half of this. My head hurts too much to think about this stuff. You should consider yourself lucky. You're so young and yet so rich. Keep your passion or possessions close to you, or else one day it could all turn out badly for you. As it happened to you. I am astonished. You are a straightforward man. I look up to you. You are forced to sell your only possessions to pay off debt, and despite that, you keep living with your head held high. How superficial are you? You will never be able to fathom the great spirit which I have. And what a wonderful spirit! The merchants thought. The prince then extracted a pen from his pocket and laid the papers. I will face the challenge with the dignity. I do not use useless possessions to swagger. However, how can you be sure that you do own such a large sum of money? I want you to pay me right now. Will you pardon me, my lord? You are completely right. A man like you needs a guarantee. You know what, guys? I'm going to put a pause to this video and continue this at some other time. Because I'm going to have to switch to another game. But I will continue this series and this game on the next video. I hope you guys enjoy, and leave a like and comment below.